Hey there viewers, Tanner here, and welcome to my third lockpicking video. Technically I've opened one other lock without a key since you've last seen me, but it was just a crappy master lock at work and I raked it open with a Bogota in probably 5 or 10 seconds, so you didn't really miss much. This guy, however, I also found at work, and it kind of caught my attention because it just looks a little bit different than a normal master lock. It's got this black on it. I don't know if somebody spray painted at work or what, because it has worn quite a bit, and it's got this black band at the bottom instead of the blue one. On top of that, if you take a look at the cylinder, it is pretty corroded and pretty gross. And if you stick the key in, you can see that it's got a lot of play. Like, holy crap, a lot of play. That being said, it does open, no matter which way you turn the key. Speaking of the key, actually, while we've got it out here, there's the bitting on it. If it would focus, there you go. So you can see it's got a pretty disgusting bitting because it's got a really low cut right there and a really high cut right there. So this guy is going to block the entire keyway, and you're probably going to overset it a million times trying to pick it. So I can only imagine what the internals on this thing are like, and since it is from work and I probably shouldn't even brought it home in the first place, I'm not going to like spray WD-40 or anything like that into it. Just listen to that. That's terrible. Ah! Yeah, that's the cylinder just jiggling around in there. So I'm going to get the largest tension wrench that I have and go bottom of keyway, of course, and I'm going to use the hybrid hook because I think it might help me get a little bit better reach around that front pin right there, the one that's going to be causing me all these issues. So here goes nothing. I'm guessing that I'm probably not going to be able to get into this guy, but we're going to give it a try. So I'm going to reach straight back for the back pin. So there's pin 4. Ooh, I can just feel the grime on that guy. That's terrible. Can't tell if that was a set or not. I'm going to go ahead and drop that pin back out just because I'm not sure if I set it or if I just kind of snagged it part way up. So 4 might be set. Actually, I think that was 3. Yeah, that was 3. I can't even get under 4 right now. Wow, 4 is terrible. Okay, there we go. Finally got under 4. And maybe have it set? I can't tell. Everything in here feels terrible. I think 3 is the big problem right now. 3 feels like it's really binding. So I'm going to pass over 4. Try to push 3 all the way up. I think I got him in place. Feels like I maybe got 4 in place as well. Wow. Guess I'm going to come clear out. Get a feel on 1. 1 feels bound. I tried to push on 1 and it dropped 2. So I'm going to try and push 2 back in. See, 1 is moving freely now. Well, maybe not. See, the problem is this core is so loose. Oh, there went 1. Let me take a look inside. Yeah, that's... You can see 1's completely gone. Now I'm going to release... Hopefully you can see it. I'm going to release pressure and you're going to see 1 fire clear back down because it's overset right now. Yeah, so there, it just popped back into place. And with it came every other pin all the way back. Not that I had a lot of choice there. So I think that this core is cranking way too much to the right when I'm putting tension on it. Looks like it might crank less to the left. So I'm going to swap around. And while this is a pretty unorthodox way of tensioning, I'm going to try to tension with my thumb counterclockwise instead. So I'm going to feel one. One is springy. Feel two. Two is springy but grungy, but that's kind of expected. 3 is bound. Might have set it. Not sure. Trying to get under 4. Oh my god, 4 is grimy. Might have 4 set, but geez, it's barely there if it is. No, 4 is overset. I could tell for sure that it was because it was like really, really high up. And if you remember in the bidding, 4 doesn't have to go all that high. 4 is a pretty gentle rap-a-tap there that I just need to get. I think I might have overset 4 again somehow, even though I barely touched it. I'm going to try to start on 3 this time. So let's see here. 1, 2. That should be 3. Ooh, I felt a turn on the core there. So now I'm going to try 4. Which, that might have just been it. It's so hard to tell. Now I'm going to give a good push on 2. Ooh. No, no way. Oh my god. And you can just tell how gummy that is. Like, it did not want to let my tension wrench go. Wow. So, that's pretty impressive that it even opened, because this thing is just... I wish I could somehow channel the feeling of that keyway to you, because it is gross. It is just so grimy, and every pin just wants to stick. That's... I wouldn't even try to rake that. I was thinking about trying to Bogota it or city rake it. The city rake would be pretty much useless to even try, because... Let me grab it real quick. You can see on the city rake, right at the entrance to the keyway, right there, there's really high peaks. That's like the 2 highest peaks are right there and right there. And so it'd be pointless to try and use the city rake on it, because, as you remember on the bidding, right at the front of the keyway is that really, really quick to set pin. So there'd be no point in it. So yeah, I somehow managed to pop it. I'm going to try it again one more time just for proof of concept and see if I was actually as smart as I thought I was at it. I just overset 1 while setting 2. I got 1 to drop back down. There it goes. Ha! As soon as I got 1 to drop back down, I managed to get 1 small little tap onto 2, and it pushed it right back into position. And we got it open again. But it's so grimy. It ate my tension wrench again. But I got it. Okay, so that was a really tough lock. And it should have been. like I said, every time it played a little bit differently just because there's so much play in this cylinder. So every time you would put a little bit of tension on it, it would change where that shear line was sitting and where the tolerances were. And on top of that, pretty nasty bitting. Like we said, it was that front pin right there. It's just a pain in the butt. Really messed me up. But I made it happen. There's no way this thing's breakable. I won't even bother. But at least we know it can be picked. Well, Master, you maybe should consider going back to this type of bitting and then just making your locks really, really weathered. And you might be onto something security-wise. Well, time for me to find some harder locks to pick. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.